Very good morning, students. Please be of the mind. Today, I will explain you about the external features of Ascaris lumbricoides. Okay, in the last class, I also explained the parasitic adaptation of Ascaris lumbricoides. Today, my topic is known as external features of Ascaris lumbricoides. Let us review the specimen Ascaris lumbricoides outwardly. We can collect some knowledge from their bodies. And those features which are you obtain from externally called as morphological characters or also be called as external characters or external features, characters of the external features. Let us come to know very detail. Here the given specimen is identified as the Ascaris due to the following reasons. The body is unsegmented. No segmentation is developed on its body surface. No, the body is very much elongated, cylindrical and pointed at both the ends. And the body wall is also triploblastic with your syncytial ectoderm. And due to presence of these characters, we can say that animal is called as the nemad helminthes or ask helminthes. This organism will not be possess the proper coelomic cavity or true coelomic cavity, because the coelomic cavity would not be formed by the two membranes like your peripheral peritoneal membrane and visceral peritoneal membrane. Due to lack of these membrane which are origin from the mesoderm, due to this account, it will be called as pseudo-coelomic organisms. Pseudo-coelomic organisms. In true coelomy, you must find the mesoderm must be splitted and it will be lined by the peripheral peritoneal membrane, and towards inner you find the visceral peritoneal membrane. These are also be lacking in case of this animal. So the body cavity is pseudo-coelom. 4 longitudinal lines are marked on the body. 2 of them are the impressions of the excretory canals and other 2 are the impression of the dorsal and ventral nerve cord. Okay? Again, listen this line further. 4 longitudinal lines are marked on the body. 2 of them are the impression of the excluded canals. They are running at the lateral side of the body. Other 2, which were runs just over the dorsal side, that is called as the impression of the dorsal nerve cord. Another one, which are remaining at the ventral line of the organism, that impression is called as the impression of the ventral nerve cord. Okay? 4 longitudinal lines are marked on the body. 2 of them are the impression of the excretory canals and other 2 are the impression of the dorsal and ventral nerve cord. Then you know about the feature of the mouth. Mouth is the proximal organ in case of this organism. The mouth opening is at the anterior end, guarded by a single median lips and 2 lateral lips. You must find 3 lips are there. 1 median lips, single median lips, other are known as the 2 lateral lips. By 3 plus the mouth cavity is also being guarded. Okay, these lips are bearing the labial papillae. Labial papillae you must see in there. Suppose if it is the mouth, which one is present at the proximal part of the organism, Ascaris lumbricoides, in there you find 3 flaps-like structures. 1 median dorsal flap, other 2 are the retroventral flaps. Okay, these 3 flaps, 1, 2, 3. One is known as your dorsal median flap, and other two, which are remaining as the 2 and 3 in forms. These are retroventral lips. By 3 lips, the mouth is also be guarded. And by the opening closing of these 3 lips, automatically mouth is opened and closed up respectively. Okay? These are called as the labial. In there you find the labial papillae also be present. Papilla like outgrowth will be arise from its surface. These are called as labial papillae. Labial papillae. Okay, singularly called as papilla, plurally called as papillae. These are the board-like structures. Okay, these are noticed on the surface of these 3 lips. These are called as labial papillae. And the specimen, in case of the male Ascaris, due to its small size and carved posterior end, I will reflect that diagram after it. Okay? And a pair of pineal setae protruding through the cloacal openings in case of the male Ascaris. And these are the minimum features which you have obtained from the body of the Ascaris lumbricoides. And Ascaris lumbricoides are sexually divergent. Sexually dimorphism. That means it is unisexual. Okay, or dioecious. Male female are separated. And due to differences of the male and female, male one must be smaller in size in comparison with the female one. And male distal part of the body must be curved. Okay, and twisted. And also producing a pair of pineal setae as the copulatory organs. And due to presence of that feature, we people can say that one is the male species. Another one in which there is no pineal setae, simply the opening is there as the name of the anus, it would be called as the female one. Okay, listen the last line of the as one important features of the male one. And the specimen is the male Ascaris due to its small size, carved posterior end, and a pair of pineal setae protruding through the cloacal opening in case of the male one. Sexual dimorphism is well marked in the Ascaris. Females are larger in size and the posterior end is straight with the anal opening. A separate gonopore is also located in case of the female. You mark here, which are also labeled by the red marker pen. This one is called as gonopore or female genital pore. It is one feature which is available in the female Ascaris. Okay, a separate gonopore is located ventrally. Due to separation of the gonopore from the cloacal structure, it would never called as the cloaca, and that slit which was distally open at the end of the alimentary canal, it would be called as anus. Okay, but here, you remember, a separate gonopore is located ventrally at about 1/3 of the body length away from the anterior end, and that is called as the female one. And male one easily differentiated from the female one by the presence of the prehensile tail along with a pair of spicule-like structures which are called as pineal setae, or that is called as the what?